Alright guys, so me and Leo took the old 86 shop truck out. Went and picked up a parts washer. So let's get home, we'll hook it up, we'll see how good it works for the dishwasher parts washer. Alright, well here's the new parts washer. Let's get it hooked up temporarily and see if we can get this thing running. Give it a try, let you guys know. Okay, so don't make fun of it. Alright, this is my temporary setup for right now. So I got some reducers for just the hose into the dishwasher. Right now I have the dishwasher running through a cycle just to check it, make sure everything's fine. The drain is into a bucket, and right now it's just crudely wired into a plug. So we're gonna make sure this thing runs through a cycle. Then we'll put just some regular dishwasher pods in there, and we'll throw a couple parts in there, see what happens. Later on, I'm going to experiment with using a little sub pump with some different cleaning ingredients in a bucket, maybe. But for now, let's just see what happens when we use like a Tide Pod or something with something that's, you know, a little bit dirty. All right, so we run this thing through a little test wash. Seems to be working fine. So let's see what we can find here. I'm gonna throw some things in here. What else we got? I don't know if it'll break it. We'll try a smaller block next time. Let's try something with some carbon. There we go. Alright, we're going to throw these in there. We're just going to use a regular old Tide Pod for now. We're not going to spray anything else on these. We'll see how it works. Alright, let's give it the best chance possible. Guess we don't really need the utensil container. Set that on the side, you know, the nut and bolt container. That's what I meant. So we'll put the nut and bolt container to the side. Obviously, you want to have the throttle body on the top shelf here. You know, it only makes sense. Alright, well. Let's find some other stuff. You know what? I got an idea. We need to find another top shelf candidate here. What's up, buddy? Okay. So we have some stuff with some carbon on it. We have some stuff with some caked on oil. Everything in there is going to be a hard clean, right? So let's see if we have something that's just a little oily. Got some 7.3 injectors. We'll use that. That's too big for a top shelf, or I would throw the cam in there. Took the nuts and bolts tray out, so we can't use any nuts and bolts. Yeah, let's throw a turbo wheel in there. We got room. And that's the old YZ top end. Let's hold off on that for now. Let's see here. All right, let's just try a tool. All right, so we got a top shelf tool. We got a top shelf turbo wheel. All right, so we got some aluminum corrosion. So we ran the quick wash just to see if it would work out. Let's go with power scrub. Oof. We're gonna overflow our 5-gallon bucket. Alright, so we drained the bucket. Almost in time, we lost a little bit there. We're going to let this thing wash on the power cycle. All there is one Tide Pod in there. So we'll see how well it works. Next time around, we'll go ahead and try spraying them down with some degreaser and leaving them, an hour or so, then run the wash cycle. And then, like I said, I want to eventually get a tote or something, put some degreaser in there, run it to that sub pump. That way it's just the degreaser running through the dishwasher. Then we'll have to absolutely recycle it because we're environmentally friendly here. We don't just throw it out back behind the garage. So yeah, let's let this thing run and then we'll check them out. Alright guys, I think it's been like 2 hours this thing was running. So with just cold water coming in from the hose on the insulation, we're at, I don't know if you can see it or not, 133. So at one point earlier it was at like 150. But I think it's done. There's no light for when it's done. It gets burnt out. Alright guys, let's open this thing up and check out, see how it did. So keep in mind, this is just a Tide Pod thrown in here. Strip all the oil off the pliers. Yeah. Well, it didn't come off all the way, but it's definitely loose. Right, let's see. So it took some of it off of the wheel on one side, not so much on the other. But So with one cycle, it actually was cleaning pretty good. It's hot. But it started to break up a lot of the carbon. Oh yeah, a lot of that stuff's just wiping off. Definitely clean. Check out the main. Oh yeah. This is a lot cleaner than it was. This also is a lot cleaner than it was. This is just one cycle, and a lot of the stuff's coming off barely with your finger. It is also a lot cleaner than it was. So we got some gunk on the bottom. We'll make sure we have to clean that out every time. Alright, so all in all, it definitely cleaned the oil out really good. So a lot of this stuff that was just on the surface is gone. A lot of this carbon is starting to come off pretty easy. I'm surprised that the wheel didn't get cleaner. There's a lot of, I guess, years of soot built up. But, I mean, as you can tell, none of this was shiny. So all this starting to come off. There's a crack there that I didn't notice before. Something hit it, chipped it off. It went all the way through the other side. That's a bummer. Check that out. I don't know if you can see it or not, but right there. It's all the way through. Right there is where it's broken. But a lot of stuff cleaned off, and this is years of build-up. So, all in all, for a free dishwasher, a few minutes to hook it up to some power and the garden hose, definitely a win. So we'll get this thing pushed back, we'll get it a little bit more permanent, and then yeah, it'll be a permanent stay in the garage here. So awesome. Like I said, definitely going to be a permanent stay here. We're going to get a little more permanent. I don't know how many times I can say permanent. Over there in the corner, get rid of the treadmill that we use all the time because we do a lot of cardio here. We got a new clutch cable coming in for the Fox body because I melted it. It happens. So I had to figure out a sleeve or something because it's really close to the header. And we got a new motor here. So got my first Chevy in the garage. I don't want to talk about it. It's kind of strange. There's no hole here in the front for the distributor. I'm going to have to like Google something. I don't know, there's a hole in the back. Maybe the block's backwards. I don't know how this Chevy stuff works. So that'll be another little project. 460, it's going to sit in the back burner for a little while. And yeah, so we have some projects coming up. Oh, also, I got a boost controller for the Fox body. So we're going to crank it up just a little bit. See what happens. One more spring was a little bit too much. So we'll see if we can find it's like 7 o'clock at night, so I gotta get inside. I'm being yelled at.